We are eating tom yum noodles with minced meat, squid, tomato, and green vegetables for lunch.
Noodle.
Now me and my hirer is taking a bus, then followed by a taxi to the SMRT office to register for our taxi. Now we are waiting to collect our taxi. After we collected our taxi, me and my hirer come to Grab to change his taxi number for the Grab account, so that he can drive just Grab taxi using his using our newly collected taxi. If you want to drive taxi in Singapore, sometimes you've got to have a lot of patience queuing at taxi stands like this one at UT MRT. This is UT MRT. I think I've been queuing up for like 20 minutes. It is a pretty short queue, but there's just no passengers taking taxi. Yeah, when I joined the queue, there were only like 2 or 3 taxis in front of me, and now it has been 20 minutes has passed and I'm still here. Let's hope the passenger I'm getting will be going somewhere far rather than a short distance trip. Yeah, my point is, if you want to drive taxi in Singapore or anywhere, I guess you need a lot of patience, especially, you know, now with this all these private hire apps like Grab, Gojek, you know, competing with us. It's really not easy driving a cab in Singapore. My wife bought grilled chicken wings. I'm eating pork chop. My wife is eating pork porridge with ginger and spring onions. I'm queuing at the taxi stand at the airport Terminal 3 taxi stand for passengers. Hello guys, currently I'm in my taxi. I'm driving night shift, so I started driving at around 10:20, 10:30, and I did a few trips, and now it's now it's 3:15. Actually, I'm supposed to drive until 6:30 before I pass to my hirer. Now I'm a relief in now I'm no longer a hirer. I'm driving as a relief. Last time when I was driving private hire, I was a hirer, but cause I'm new to this taxi, so I guess it's better to be a relief. Yeah. So I've driven from 10:30 to now 3:15. It's like what, almost 5 hours. I'm supposed to drive until 6:30, but I'm feeling too tired. So I will go back for an early rest. Currently I'm in near the ᴠʟᴏឡ MRT. I'm not only feeling hungry, I'm also feeling what am I saying? I'm not only feeling tired, but I'm also feeling hungry. So I came to this place near the ᴠʟᴏឡ MRT, this shop called ᴠʟᴏឡ to buy some beancurd to eat for supper before I drive the taxi back to the hirer's place to park, so that the morning he can drive. And after I park at his place, I will cycle back. It's quite near from his place to my place. It's only like 15 minutes of cycling. Yeah, so now while I'm talking, I shall have some beancurd first. I bought two beancurds. At first I wanted to eat the pearl and the ᴠʟᴏឡ. What is ᴠ�yuan in English? I don't know. The pearl and ᴠ�yuan beancurd, but they are sold out already. So it's only left with the original cold beancurd. I prefer the cold beancurd rather than the hot one. It has been quite long since I eat this beancurd. Remember the last time I ate this beancurd, I was still driving for that. I was still driving for that that ridiculous cheating company called ᴠʟᴏឡ. Carry on. Still as delicious as last time. But without the toppings, it feels like it's missing something. But it's better than nothing. Give me me a second before I continue what I want to talk about in this video. I want to share about my experiences, driving taxi. So now it has been my second week driving taxi. Currently I'm driving this SMRT taxi. The taxi with the purple color one outside. I'm driving in the night shift because I would prefer to drive the day shift given my current situation, but since my hirer wants to drive the day shift, so I have no choice. Last time when I was the hirer, probably I would have the say, but now I'm a relief, so I have to try to accommodate him. If not, I don't know. The soup is very sweet. One finish, one left to go. I have to focus on what I'm talking. Try not to make the video too long and draggy. It becomes like you guys are looking at me eat this beancurd. So how is my experience so far as a new taxi driver? So far I would say it's quite similar to private hire in a lot of ways, but there are a few things that is different from there are a few things as a taxi driver that is different from being a private hire driver. One of the first thing that comes to mind is when you're a taxi driver, you have to be very knowledgeable on the roads, and you seldom rely on the GPS compared to when you're driving private hire. Because currently I'm only taking pickups on the street, taxi stand, you know. I can't take any Grab bookings. I can't take any Grab bookings because that cheating company Unicorn is still holding on to my Grab account. They are still holding my Grab account hostage until I pay them the accident excess and the remaining installments for the for their overpayment of salary. So currently I'm still owing them like 2,000 around 2,700. Sorry, I haven't vlogged myself in a video for a while, so there's a very long pause. So what was I saying? Okay, so I owe this cheating company Unicorn $2,700. So until I pay them this amount, will they release my Grab account? So currently I'm only doing street pickups, pickups at taxi stands, etc. I can do SMRT bookings, but they are so rare. The bookings will come into this there's a terminal here called the MDT terminal. So if there's any SMRT company taxi bookings, they will come into this MDT. But so far I have driven 2 weeks. I have rarely seen any bookings come in. Probably only like one booking a day, and my finger is not fast enough to take it, so usually it's taken already by other drivers whose finger are faster than mine. Yeah, so doing street pickups and taxi stand, whenever the passenger comes in, they will give you a road name or a building name or a shopping center. Usually they will give road names, like Bukit Batok West Avenue 4, Jurong West Street 91, this kind of road names, etc. So once they give you the road name, they expect you to think of the route fast, like an experienced taxi driver that has driven for many years. They expect you to think of the route fast and not rely on the GPS and and go according to the like what the taxi license course taught us, to go by the shortest route, not the fastest but the shortest route. Yeah, so this is the difference. As a taxi driver, I cannot rely on the GPS so much. Most of the time I have to do the route thinking fast in my mind. If let's say they tell me a road name that I don't even know where is it, or I can't figure a route to go there, what I will usually do is I will ask the passenger, which route do you prefer? If they give me a route, if they can guide me, okay, good, then I will just follow their route. But if they tell me they don't even know how to get there, you know, this is their first time going there, they are going there to visit somebody, then I will just, you know, use the GPS. If I can, once I figure the route, then I will start the meter. So if let's say I am stopping at a roadside, if I'm stopping at a roadside where, you know, I'm not obstructing any vehicles, I will just stop and then open the GPS and put in the road name, and the GPS will lead me. If I'm like in a taxi stand where, you know, I have to move once the passenger enters, you know, if not, behind the taxi behind can't move, then I will, you know, slowly move and then key in the destination, you know, if yeah. So that's usually how I do it. So what are the other differences? Yeah, of course, a big difference is the taxi meter. So yeah. So now that I'm driving taxi, there's a taxi meter that I need to operate. And I remember the first few days when I started, almost all the trips, when the passenger entered, I just figure, I just, whether I figured out the route by myself or by the GPS, I just drive off, and I forgot to start the meter until like few minutes into the trip. Then I realized I forget to start the meter. So by then I've already lost, like, you know, maybe one or a few dollars. So as a taxi driver, you have to bear in mind that every time the passenger comes in, you want to, before you drive off, you make sure you start the meter. Yeah. So I mean, the taxi meter is not difficult to operate, but when you're new at first, you have to like learn and remember the steps on how to operate the taxi meter for different situations. Of course, operating the meter, like starting the meter and stopping the meter, that one is basic lah. But like, you know, if the passenger wants the receipt, then how you print the receipt, and then like entering additional surcharges like location surcharge, airport surcharge, city surcharge. For peak hour and midnight surcharges, they are automatically entered during the different times, you know. So That one is automatic, so I don't have to bother about that. And then yesterday, me and the hirer was like spending like half an hour figuring out how to change the receipt paper roll. Yeah, and that's something I learned to do, that I need to learn to do as a taxi driver. So this is the difference. I mean, apart from the taxi meter, there's also this MDT that I was talking about just now. MDT stands for shit, I can't remember. Can't even remember what it stands for. Something terminal. Yeah, so it is a touchscreen device that is on the top right. That is on top of the driver dashboard. That performs many different functions, but a few of the functions are obsolete now, like maps, because they say that it's better not to use the maps inside the MDT. It's better to use the GPS or the maps inside our phone, like Google Maps or Waze. That is more accurate. The maps in this MDT can't even load. And then currently the important function for this MDT is like when I want to change shift. Yeah, when I want to change shift, I can select the destination that I want to go to. Like for example, when I'm going home, I can select my home area, which is Bedok North, and then it will display on the top of the taxi, on top of the taxi roof, so that when passengers flag my taxi, they will know that I'm going to Bedok North. So if they are going to somewhere that is out of the way, they won't flag my taxi. And what other important functions are there? Yeah, and you can see your jobs history. So whenever you operate the taxi meter, you end the trip, it will be saved in the jobs history, so that you can have a record and you can calculate how much you make in a day. And the other purpose of the MDT is for the SMRT, for the SMRT central to send out messages to all the taxis, you know, like lost and found, like passenger lost his wallet or handphone in the taxi and wants to retrieve it or something like that. One advantage about driving taxi is I don't have to bother when I'm taking if a passenger comes in with a baby or with a minor child which is below 1.35 meters, because for taxi I'm allowed to do that by law, but whereas when I'm driving a private hire, I cannot take a minor child or a baby, because if I'm caught doing that, then I will be penalized, and it is not actually I can take a minor child if I have a baby seat. So this is the advantage. I don't have to bother, but of course I still have to bother about the number of passengers. They can't have like over number of passengers boarding the taxi. I don't think I have any difficulty struggling with taxi driving, because previously I've been driving private hire, which is much similar to driving a taxi. Only the differences that I've mentioned just now. But usually the taxis, the rental will be higher than private hire cars. For this taxi is, before the rebate, is like $110 plus, slightly more than $110 per day. After the rebate given to the hirer is around $90 a day. Rental aside, the deposit is much higher compared to renting a private hire car. The deposit for this taxi is $1,500, and that is for per driver. So last time for the private hire car, only the hirer needs to put the deposit. The relief driver no need to put the deposit. But for taxi is different. The hirer, the relief, all need to put deposit, and it is $1,500 each driver. But luckily they allow us to pay $200 upfront, and the rest slowly in installments. Every week they will deduct $50 from my bank account. My wife is eating duck noodle soup at coffee time. Me and my wife is eating Sushi Express.